Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of The Living Room. Today we have Tiur Henny Monica, all the way from Indonesia, to join us. Hi Tiur, how are you?
Hi, Sifon. I'm good. How about you?
I'm great. So Tiur is someone that I met, I think about a year ago. We met in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we met, and and she is personality. She's really a strong woman. And what I admire about Teo is she's someone that she loves to speak her mind. She's not really frightened about it, and I love that whole aspect of her. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've invited her on this show. Teo, do you want to share a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Okay, all right. So thank you, Sifon, for inviting me and for having me on just through the Zoom. I think it's good. It's pretty good. I mean, like I miss you. Well, okay. Regarding to the recent COVID-19 situation in my country, then what have I been up in life? So actually here as a bankruptcy curator in Indonesia, I belong to one organization named Himpunan Kurator and Pengurus Indonesia. And yeah, we are doing a couple of things. For example, we deliver because there was a moment that all the hospitals or maybe okay, let's say all the medical facility, they need uh, I don't know how to call it, but I call it a medical jumpsuit. So it's
Mm-hmm,
just to protect your body,
mm-hmm,
yeah.
yeah.
And because I think because like every country in this world, we need it at that time. Then
Mm-hmm,
it was really hard to find that jumpsuit. And
mm-hmm.
yeah, we deliver it through Indonesia from the west into the east.
Wow.
And at that time we I managed to collect uh, the money, but then again we didn't only deliver we call it APD, so it's
Mm-hmm,
like alat pelindung yeah, so it's like a jumpsuit cover. Okay,
okay.
then we delivered from Sumatra going to the east to the Papua.
Mm-hmm,
Also, we deliver like some the main needy for like daily need, like like rice and milk and oil and yeah, kind of those sort of things.
mm-hmm,
Also, we deliver like automatic thermometer, and we
mm-hmm.
deliver not only to the hospital but also we deliver like to the it's like a orphanage, but it's for elder, yeah.
All
And
right.
also
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing something like that because during this moment I do precisely realize that at least I have to do something.
Mm,
Maybe I cannot do many things and or many impacted things, but yeah,
mm,
I think I asked my friends and let's do something. And yeah,
mm.
we fully we are successfully managed and doing some charity from west to east Indonesia.
That's good because I think even if it's a small initiative,
Yeah,
something is, it's good that we are doing something. We're doing something about. And
yeah.
how has that affected you in terms of your work, your
Okay,
current work? Yeah, how has that
okay.
affected you?
Okay, okay. So regarding to our currently working, yeah, it affected us so much. Why?
Mm, mm-hmm,
Because actually there are two sides of a coin.
mm,
Because as a bankruptcy curator, of course, yeah, this situation will be potentially giving us more cases and more projects regarding to bankruptcy. So of
mm-hmm,
course we will be happy, but then again we also realize that no, we don't actually happy, because in the end the question is like, okay, so how you will be paid, because this situation is happening like completely worldwide.
mm,
I mean, like in 2007, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in 2007
mm-hmm,
there was also crisis,
mm-hmm,
but at that time if I'm not mistaken, it was only happening in United States. So yeah, it impacted to Indonesia, but it didn't really impact us. I mean, like, it's totally different with this situation. And well, the previous thing, that I told you, it was like the positive impact. I mean, like, yeah, maybe as a bankruptcy curator, uh, we got some bright side. We take the bright side to ourselves regarding to our profession. But then again, if we talk generally and universally, no, it really impacts us, and we don't happy about that, because bankruptcy, yeah, maybe we are registered as bankruptcy curator, but then again, we also doing regular job, like for just regular lawyer. So it impacts us really much, because at the court, many judges, for example, in my case, my judge in North Jakarta District Court. Yeah, I just got a news last week that one of the judges, the panel judges, he got infected with the virus.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
unfortunate.
yeah, it was really up. I mean, like, I was sad when when I was hearing the news, and they just let me know, okay, we have to postpone the case until June, the first week of June. Yeah.
And all in all those things, right? Just going back, just jumping back in terms of yourself as a lawyer, and what you've done in terms of your work. I remember you once shared that you did this one of the bankruptcy cases that was in Indonesia. We spoke about that some time back. So I just want to just jump into that a little bit, and just find out from you, right? Being a woman, doing handling such a case like this, and in a culture like in an Indonesian culture, which is a typical Asian culture, for example. So how do you feel about having that kind of influence and authority? How do you feel that it helps you to, like, break barriers, or ask, get things done?
You are asking me about how the society impacts my
Yes.
my job, my profession.
Yes. Correct.
Well, actually, not only about my profession, but also in other aspect. Yeah, I do really consider that there's still a big gap between men and women here. Okay, so just for example, for a simple thing like education or school, yeah, that's still a problem. That, okay, if you still have brothers, then your parents will let your brothers to take the education first. Then after they finish it all, and if your parents still have some money, well, maybe you can go to school. Okay, yeah. Well, also, I thought it was stopped. I mean, like, when I was starting my profession as bankruptcy curator, I thought that, okay, so maybe it was just at school, but unfortunately, it is still here. So, I mean, like, I have dealing with men, which usually, it's like a boys and boys, like, okay, it's just like boys regulation, it's just boys code, like, yeah, maybe it's like, because for example, regarding to my batch, I was the third batch of my bankruptcy curator in my country, in my organization. So there were 100, yeah, exactly 100 participants, and there were only 7 women, including me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like 7 out of 100.
Yeah.
So it's 7 out of 100, so it's completely different. And if you're asking me about how it impacts, yeah, it impacts because it's still here. I mean, like, bankruptcy is dominated by men here in Indonesia. and we have like 5 courts. It's 5 commercial courts. If you want to do bankruptcy case in Indonesia, then you have to go to the commercial courts. Then um, in 5 commercial courts that I told you, still, I mean, like maybe Jakarta is the best one, and Surabaya in East Java, because I think there are still many more women in Jakarta and Surabaya compared with other region. Yeah.
Find a scenario or a situation whereby you find that you have this belief, like this is your personal take, like how you want to handle certain cases, but you feel like you need to conform. You're not able to practice like what you preach because you need to please the management, you need to please the people that you work with. Have you encountered scenarios like that, and what do you do in a situation like that?
So you're asking me whether I have to please other?
Yeah, but if you have to please others, would you still, at the cost of doing something that you don't agree with?
Okay, yeah. Well, that's bad actually, and that's hard for me as well, because if I have an argument, then yeah, I'm a person who is really stick with my argument. And how to please other, or maybe how to approach other, right?
Yes. And do you feel that you should please, or do you think you should still stand up for yourself?
No, I don't really, a woman will think that, okay, I will please you. No.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like, come on. It's if I'm talking regarding to my work or my job or my profession, then it's like, okay, you take it or you leave it. You want to work with
Great.
me,
I love it.
then follow my rules.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I'm not the one who is doing like anything what I want or what I like. No. I mean, like, I know the regulation, I know the rules, I know the laws. So just follow me, and yeah, we will be good.
And what?
No, maybe just follow the regulation and we'll be good. I mean, but no, I'm not the one who will, okay, I will please you and hi. No.
And that's great. I think that's really why I really created this platform, this show called Living Room, because it's really to show that there are really women out there, like yourself, like myself, who are not afraid to talk our minds. We don't believe that we need to be people pleasers. So that's really great. You are really living that as well. And it's much more, I think, a little bit more difficult coming from your side, where I think Indonesia is that the cultural barriers are different. How we give respect to the males, and how they're dominating a lot of the industries is so much different to stand up in that kind of in a country like that, in a place like that. So basically for yourself, right? What is the one quote that you live by?
This one, fly high
Mm-hmm.
and keep flying,
Uh-huh.
and don't stop, as high as you can, as high as it possible, because the sky is really high and you're just that small. So keep high, keep fly high.
That's so good. That's really so good, because I think the sky is the limit, right? You can do so much more.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
and so based on that, right? What is your views on woman empowerment?
Okay, woman empowerment. Well, I do believe that, yeah, we are, as women, we empower each other. I mean, like, the way we are doing something, it's yeah, it will be inspired other, and or maybe other will be inspired by the way we are doing here, the way we are doing our job, the way we are doing our profession. And and I do believe that when women empower women, then that's gonna be really awesome for sure. And I do really believe that, yeah, come on, ladies, who run this girls, who run this world, girls.
Exactly. I
That's
think we do a
actually.
better job at it. We do a better job at it. We are good we can multitask. We can do so much things. And and how do you think that women should come together to promote this? How do you think we should work together to support and promote other women?
Oh yeah, this is very important because in my opinion, the most important factor is like if we want to support each other, then the first steps that we have to conceive to ourselves is like, hey, don't be jealous on each other, because
Exactly.
all we need and all we have to do is supporting each other. And competition is real, yes, because I mean like how can you live your life if you don't compete? Because life is about competition, yes, but
Mm,
life is not about jealousy, so it's
mm,
completely different.
mm,
And uh, I think like you can be inspired by others,
mhm.
you can I mean like you can put some women as your role model or
Yeah.
whatever you take, as long as
Mhm.
it's inspire you. But then again, um, I think all I know is like you cannot be jealous on them, because as long as you're jealous on someone, then you won't ever be at their stage. I mean like how can you be at someone you're, I mean like if you're jealous on someone, then yeah, you know, there will be a gap who avoid you to get there, to get the place you want to
Mm.
to arrive, and that's all.
Nice. That's really true. I think one of the things is good to have healthy competition, but sometimes we let
Yeah, healthy
the
competition.
jealousy get over us, like how well
Yeah,
someone is doing, and that should never be a benchmark. And for
yeah.
yourself, right? If there's one advice that you would want to give your maybe as a teenager, because I
Mm-hmm.
think for myself, the show is catered to women of different ages, but I especially also want to reach out to really young girls out there who are just shaping their character, their personality before they go out to work. So what
Mm-hmm.
advice would you give, young girls at that age?
Okay, to the youngers, I mean like I think it's just you know the family, the basic concept and the basic, you know, the basic platform is family itself. So I
Mm,
mean like, and maybe regarding to family, it's like all we need is like we have to set up our mind to be mature, because I do
mm-hmm.
believe that being old is a certain that being mature is an option.
Yes.
And for me, I mean like I choose to be a major. I mean like I don't choose to be a null, because you know sometimes, yeah, it's like a basic concept from my family, like okay, because at home my family call me Tiur. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like no, no, call me Henny actually. So
Mm-hmm.
they always I mean like my parents, they always told me like, Henny, if you want to get something, or if you want to be, or if you are get inspired by others, then yeah, just follow the positive things that they did, and that's all. I mean like it's, I don't know, I mean like I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I do believe that family's basic concept is a basic platform, and it's like, you know, the basic thing to you, what is it, to set your brain.
Mm. Nice. It's quite a safe place to actually get your affirmation from your family members, like what they did to you. I think that's where a lot of our characters get molded in, because we believe in we believe in what our family has affirmed us, what they've spoken over us. But I
Yeah.
think there are still a number of women or girls out there who might not have that kind of strong family support. And these are the
Mm-hmm.
girls, right? They are always put down by their own family members. They have negative
Oh.
words spoken over them, and they look out for role models. They look
Mm-hmm.
at other people to see how they can be bold, how they can be confident. I think these are the women that the advice that we give is so much relevant.
Well, look, actually I got something, I mean like social media,
Mm,
especially during this era, this period,
mm,
our period,
mm,
our era.
mm,
I mean like for the youngers, please, I mean your life is not only about social media. So stop
Nice.
it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, you can use your social media, get inspired by others. But then
Mm.
again, it's like if you're dreaming, you have to set your dream, right?
Mm.
Then you have to be awake first. So wake
Mm.
up,
Mm.
then don't be stopped. That's actually the number one. And the
Mm-hmm.
number two is like be confident, because um there won't be anyone who, who will help you completely other
Mm-hmm.
than yourself.
Yeah.
And at the end, we will just stand by our own foot, and that's all. So I mean, like, yes, maybe you were not born with the very completely perfect family, or
Mm.
maybe, yes, maybe you were born at the very root situation or environment, or whatever you name it. But then again, it's actually your option, and it's actually you are, whether you want to be a good person or just simply a bad one.
Mm.
And I do believe that in the end, it's only about your mindset. I mean, like, if you're just saying like, yeah, it's because I was born no with a blah 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 family
Yeah.
who don't support me and blah blah blah, I do believe it's just an exception, because
Yeah.
there are many more people, and they were born in the very rude situation, and they're still awesome. So it's
Nice.
like, it's just the way you set yourself,
Mm.
and the way you set your brain. Okay, it's just your option in the end. So you have to choose carefully and live your life, and that's all.
And I really like how you brought that up, the social media part, because I think a lot of people are using social media so often, right? It can be used
Yeah.
for good. It can be also used for
Mm,
bad. I mean, it's good to see
yeah.
social media and be inspired, and you want to dream higher. You want to set your goals a bit higher and try to achieve it. But looking at social
Mm-hmm.
media and having a pity party for yourself and say, you know what, I'm not good enough. I'm not good. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Yeah.
Hello.
And yes,
Yeah,
hello.
sorry.
And on that note, right, I really want to thank you, Tio, for this time, for doing this. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
whatever that you've given in terms of your feedback, it will be well used. And I do hope our viewers will enjoy this section as well. And do you have any
Yes.
last words before we end this?
Well, during this COVID-19, all I
Mm-hmm.
want to say, and actually, it's a message that I made, and I'm humbly asking to all of my friends, including you, Sivan. So
Yes.
it's just stay grateful, because that's that's just the only thing we have. I mean, like, yeah, this pandemic, this COVID-19, we really hate, all of us, we hate it. But then
Mm,
again, there are still many things that we should be um, grateful for it. So
yes.
yeah, just stay grateful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks so much and stay safe. And yes, thanks so much, viewers, for
yeah,
joining
stay
us.
safe.
And we'll look forward
Mm-hmm.
to having the next episode for you in the next few days. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.